1051.
You know, it's funny because celebrity couples are popping now, and you know, you was like one of the first rappers I heard about, you know, scooping up an R&B chick back in the day with Miss Mariah Carey.
He never talked about that really. He never
You had
talked,
her
but
all
I
in the
heard.
hood and
He
all.
said they were just good
though,
friends.
Yeah, I heard that Mariah Carey said, Cam, if you get one more single, we're gonna go public with this.
What? Oh yeah, I did hear something like that.
That's what I heard.
I was a single away.
That was your inspiration for Old Boy?
I was a single away. Nah, she was always just cool, and yeah, she used to come to the hood, and we ride around, and she's like Mariah. Like everybody got this like Mary Poppins mystique about her, but she kind of hood when you hang out with her. She got a slick mouth, like. She talks it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you a great example. Dame probably ain't gonna like this, but like, you know, Dame talks slick all the time, just slick talker. Like, it was a time she was like, Dame was like, yo, how'd you go in your closet to her? Like, my birthday party, like, how'd you go in your closet and pick that out? You know what I'm saying? I could never go in my closet and pick that out. She's like, you still pick out your own clothes? Like, that's played out. she's like, I haven't picked out my own clothes in about 10 years. Somebody does all this for me. I was like, they was like, yo, that was a good one. That was a good one. But yeah, she'll sit on the crate.
Are y'all still cool even though she's married? Because I know sometimes people get married and you got to kind of cut up your friends. So
I haven't spoken to her. I don't know. Like, I'll assume we still cool, but I haven't spoken to her since she's been married. But I wish her the best.
But now you're in another relationship with Juju, and people are saying that y'all might be coming out with a show. Is that something you're considering?
You definitely got to do a reality show, Cam. It's only right.
I've been offered all type of money, man. I turned everything down. Only company that I haven't sat down with is 51 Mars. They're based out of LA, like
Chris Albrego.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like they do the T.I. show, T.I. and Tiny show.
They did Irv Gotti show.
Yeah,
they did the game too.
They do the game. They do
La La.
Yeah, exactly. I talked to her actually the other day about it, but she was like, they're really dope. But you know, Mona called me, like, couples therapy called, like, yo, we'll give you $300,000.
Why y'all need couples therapy? I thought that's people that have
With
problems.
the blank guns on Instagram.
That's what I was saying. I was like, y'all don't really need therapy, but they're just more or
Be
less.
on there with Chingy.
They're just trying. I think he took the rap slide, whatever. But they basically was saying they give everybody $75,000 per season. And they was willing to go up to 300. I'm like, I don't really need the money. I'm fine. I'm not explaining. We don't need therapy. And then I spoke to Mona a few times too, and just basically, that ain't really something I want to do. Like with me, like y'all said, nobody sees me too much. It's kind of mystique. You go on Instagram, you might see what we doing, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to pull that curtain up yet. And if I do, then I really talking about the money I would want to do. Want to do something like that.
But you could executive produce it yourself too.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not totally crossing out 51 Minds, because, you know, speaking with some people, like I spoke to Jason Jeter, who works with T.I., I spoke to Lala, and everybody's kind of giving them praise, and we had some great conversations. So I'm not Xing them out the picture, but like Love and Hip Hop's not happening, no couples therapy, nothing like that. But
you watched Jim and Chrissy show?
Yeah, I watched their show also. They got a new show coming up too, I believe.
Yeah, new season.
Yeah.
So where you getting all these prop guns? How many prop guns do you have in the house, man?
Like, yo, you know I shoot, man. Like, basically, Bang comes with all this stuff. The dude Bang, he's like a jack of all trades. Like,
that's your real cousin?
Nah, that's my man.
Okay.
That's my man. But basically, the scenario for all the stuff that we done, he really did this to somebody. Like, moved in their house and took the big bedroom and puts Uzis in the refrigerator just to scare. I'm like, yo, this has to be like a movie, man, because the dude is like a friend of mine also. He's like, yo, Bang, I went in the washing machine yesterday, it's scuba gear in there, like duck feet and all that. I'm like, yo, he's doing this to scare you. Like, I don't know, Cam. I put a picture of Jesus over the wall, and he's like, what's this doing up? He's like, to protect the house. He rips the picture down and says, I protect the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, yo, this dude is kind of crazy. So I started filming stuff, and what I'm working on now also too is reason I kind of put some music out is because what I'm going to start doing in January, because with the Netflix deal, it's a certain amount of movies we could put out per year. And it's like a 3 or 4 year deal. So like we only put out 3 movies this year or 2 next year or 4 to 5. I forget how the contract is structured. But what I'm doing now is being that I got my own cameras, own film and prop guns, just like you were saying or whatever. I'm shooting a series called First of the Month because so many people are like, yo, when's Killer Season 2 coming out? When's Killer Season 2 coming out? And to shoot 6 episodes of 6 30-minute episodes would cost me the same amount of money it does to shoot a movie. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put out 30-minute episodes, 20, 25-minute episodes every month on the first of the month, and put out music with it, 5 or 6 songs every month from January to June. And if it pans out good, we'll continue to do that. So you don't have to worry about when's the next movie or when you putting out some more music or what's going on. So from January to June, we'll see how this project works out.
You know, every time you put an idea out there, somebody steals it.
Yo, man, I
Chris
just
Hansen, To Catch a Predator stole that idea from Cam. I remember reading one time that Cam was going to do a show where he was going to be setting up pedophiles and then he was going to bust in on them. And then To Catch a Predator started coming on MSNBC.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm about to start doing this when I'm going to tell y'all first since y'all here.
All right, we're going to steal this.
Yeah, I'm put out there so that we, you know, I know Charlamagne will bring it back, whoever steals it. I'm start wearing capes this winter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like fly capes, though.
Well, now, Prince been doing that, though.
Nah, but not Prince. Prince wore heels with his capes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not wearing no heels. No, I'm gonna wear fly capes though, like like little capes, because it's more like nobody can question my cape. If you wear, it's more people wear skirts, you can wear a cape. That's my thing. So
skirts ain't cool though.
Yeah, skirts
No,
ain't.
I said if you could wear skirts, don't question my cape. I'm definitely not. I'm not cool with skirts. I agree with you 100%.
It's gonna be like fur
That's what I'm
capes?
trying to tell you. Like, Cam, what are you doing with a cape? What's he doing wearing a skirt? After you question him, come back to me.
I kind of associate the skirts with Harlem too.
No.
Where you get that from?
Or ASAP Rocky be wearing dresses.
Well, now, that was a long shirt ASAP had.
I don't know. I'm not,
Are you cool with the ASAP Mob movement?
I met them, but I don't really know them too much. I know ASAP Ferg's father. He's like an OG in the hood, you know what I'm saying? But every time I see them, they show mad love. And,
I like those guys.
Yeah, so ain't like I don't want to say and act like I see them in the hood and nothing like that. But when I do see them, they show mad love, and I like everything that they doing right now. So big shout out to them. But one person I could vouch for is ASAP Ferg, because his father was like. D. Ferg was a real G, and rest in peace to him.
Now back to this cape thing. Are you going to tie it around your neck?
Is it going to be
on your
fur,
shoulders?
leather?
I'm being made, you know, I got
wool?
suede, I got silk, I got slightly fur on one side. You know, it's going to vary, you know what I'm saying? Don't trust me, it's not random. It's not like the Count from Sesame Street or nothing like that. It's fly capes.
Maybe
you know
with a
what I'm saying?
hood.
Well, after I see a picture, if you see me with a cape on, you know you were my inspiration. I'm good for that kind of stuff. Like, yo,
Hey, powerhouse. We gonna come out with some capes on.
I effed up and did that with leather jogging pants, though. I ain't cool enough for leather jogging pants.
Yeah, you know.
Had my balls sweating crazy.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna front like, you know, I got people that's older than me. I be with people that's younger than me, and it's just crazy because my man, he's actually out there. I don't even know. With Britt, yeah, Britt like the grumpy. Like, I had some leather shorts on. He's like, you too old for that. I'm like, all right, man, let me get away with it today, man. But you know, my friends vary and their opinion varies. But yeah, I get where you coming from with the sweat.
Now with Dame Dash, I know that you said you looked up to Dame and he's helped you so much.
Yeah.
But now, what about helping him? I mean, you hear so much about Dame and his house going into foreclosure and this, that, and the other. What happened with him financially, since he's helped so many people financially?
Dame is good. You know, Dame going. You know, I don't want to talk about his business too much, but don't read everything or believe everything you read, man. Everything you hear like this or that's going on. And I don't want to talk about his business, but trust me, Dame is more than fine. He's very fine, and actually, he just opened up an art gallery down on Orchard Street that we be at basically every day. And also, Damien's like, a lot of people don't know this, but he's 50-50 with Jim on the Vampire Life thing. Mm-hmm. He's the one who kind of got it off, and then his wife has a $50 million company that he has percentage in, you know what I'm saying? Well, not his wife, pardon me, his ex-wife,
yeah.
Rachel Roy. So he's very well in with that every day, you know what I'm saying?
And he got her started off because she used to work at Rockaware, right?
Yeah.
And then that kind of got her into the fashion business.
He started off, definitely.
Now, you spoke about ghostwriting earlier. Mm-hmm. Is it true that you wrote Crush on You for $5,000?
Yeah.
You don't feel like you got shafted?
I do what I had to do, man. I mean, looking back on it, cool, but it was an opportunity. But just so everybody's clear on it, the original Crush on You didn't have Little Kim on it.
Yeah, it was all Little C.
Yeah, it was just all for Little C. So, but at that time, I was 18 years old, and I was excited even to be doing something like that. And $5,000 was a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was just getting kicked out of college. I went to college, just got kicked out. And Mace kind of got his deal right when I got kicked out of college and coming back to New York, so that helped out a lot. Looking back on it, yeah, but it helped me also be able to have a conversation about it today.
Now, you was in college for basketball. You was one of the top 25 players in the country in high school. Why the NBA never pans out for you? Did you choose the streets? Or?
Nah, well, basically what happened was my senior year in high school, we was like undefeated, like 25-0 or something crazy, and we lost in the first round of playoffs, and I just didn't go back to school. I was like, yo, this is depressing. So I didn't graduate. I was supposed to go to the University of Miami, but they sent me to a junior college in Texas. I went to Navarro Junior College in Corsicana, Texas, and I got hurt my first year, so I redshirted. And then I end up getting kicked out of school. Like, basically, when you're 18 and you're not, nowadays it's kind of like, okay, because you see a Walmart here or a Kmart here. Like, back then, there wasn't no Walmarts around New York or nothing like that. And when you go out there, you could just buy a gun, like Doritos, toilet paper, give me a 9mm. Yeah. Like, you're buying it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just reckless, and then end up getting kicked out of school in Texas. And then Mace, when I came back, Mace was pretty much almost had his deal done. So I was running around with him waiting for my opportunity. So that's what happened with that.
Would you ever do like a Dipset movie, like the Notorious movie, or Eminem did 8 Mile, or 50 did? Yeah,
actually I'm thinking about doing something like that because it's funny you said that. I was talking to somebody the other day, like they're doing an NWA movie now, and I was like, yo, a lot of kids might not get it. Like, I would love to see it. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm a big NWA fan. And I was saying we better do a movie about diplomats now before you wait another 10 years and it won't be relevant and people like, hey, what's going on? I mean, we will all know, but the younger generation might not. So I'm working on that also now, too.
But regardless if you know about it or not, it's still a good story. Just
Absolutely.
Like I watch movies about people I don't really know like that, that's from back in the day, like Frankie Lyman or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying about the NWA scenario. Like, that would be a great story. I would love to know more if it's real and not real or whatever, but I just would still like to capture the essence of
like
why
the TLC movie that's about to come out, because me and Envy watched that already.
A dope flick.
Yeah, and we learned a lot of things that we didn't know. Like,
it's
if
a documentary or it's a movie?
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Movie? That's what's up.
And actually, Chili was on set consulting and letting them know everything that happened.
Yeah.
So if you did do a diplomat movie, what are some things maybe that you think would be essential to the story that people don't know?
Essential to the story that people don't know. It's so much.
Like, I didn't know Chili had got kicked out the group at one point.
Like, I feel like Freaky Zeke would be the wild card. There'd be so much we don't know about him.
Yeah. Zeke like kind of the nucleus. Even though he seems the craziest, he's kind of like the nucleus. It's so much different. See, that's the reason why it kind of isn't done, because it just goes from here to here to. Like, it's even time, like, Mace taught Jim how to rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many different elements that you would just have to cram in and put it all together, and I don't know if...
How did Mace teach him how to rap? I didn't think Mace was around during that time.
Yeah, like, basically, like, we all kind of from the same neighborhood, so, you know, when you young, you stand with your grandmother or your grandfather or your parents or whatever, when you 16, 17, 10th, 11th grade, and God bless the dead, Jim's grandmother had passed away. So he kind of had the crib to himself. So we all used to start going to his crib because, you know, you had the free crib, you know what I'm saying? And we used to, me, God bless the dead, Bloodshed, used to go up to his crib and we used to write our rhymes and we like, yo, you know, why don't you get involved in this stuff? And just kind of taught him the format. And Mace kind of taught Jim the format, how we used to write rhymes, and Jim just ran with it after that.
Big L did the same for you, right?
Miguel?
Big L.
Big L.
I'm about to say
I thought he said Miguel, too.
Damn, Miguel's the OG from Harlem? I didn't know.
I'm like,
I thought
you threw me off. Like, oh, yeah, Big L, like, man, you know, basically when Big L was hot, I was playing basketball mainly when he was hot. I used to rap, but I never took it serious like a hobby. And he put me on his first album, and he's, you know, I owe a lot to Big L for even believing in me and thinking that I could do it, because I didn't take rap serious. He's like the big time rap star in my neighborhood from my block at that time. And, you know, it'd be times I come out 3, 4 in the morning, go to the chicken store, he stand on the corner, like, yo, Cam, spit something for me, I need some inspiration. I'm like, you need inspiration from me? Like, you Big L, you know what I'm saying? But that gave me more motive to start writing rhymes. As Big L liked my rhymes, then it was like a big deal for me at that time.
Y'all was a group, right? You, Big L, and Bloodshed?
It was a lot of us. Big L tried to, like, you know, he kind of was picked up on the movement thing kind of before anybody knew it was, at least in our neighborhood. But it was a lot of us who was chilling in the corner. He had like 8 people, and basically there's all from different parts of Harlem. But like me, Mace, and Bloodshed took the name and ran with it because we was with each other every day, so we was just doing more songs and ran with it. But it was a lot of people, Gruff and my man Twan from the East Side. It was a bunch of people.
How big do you think Big L would be now, hypothetically speaking, if he didn't meet his untimely demise?
Everything I can't say. I mean, to me, he would. Of course, I would want him to be the mega superstar that he was supposed to be. But you know, things change. For me to even be around this long is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I be fronting on my homies. I be like, man, I rhymed it 3 different decades. I'm still gonna do what I want to do out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, times change for every 3, 4, 5 years. So I would hope he would be a successful multi-platinum artist. But you know, L was very business-minded also. He might have been doing something else. So I have no idea, but I would hope for that he would be great.
What should you be listening to now though? That's new. Like, what artists do you actually pay attention to, or like how you inspired Big L? Who inspires you?
You talking about today?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get too much inspiration, but I like to hear. I listen to everybody's stuff. Like right now, I just heard Pusha T's stuff. I like his new stuff.
He from y'all era though.
Who? Pusha T. Yeah. You talking about somebody, but he's
like the new generation.
Yeah, like.
But it is his first album.
It's
his first solo album.
Kind of like his new stuff.
He getting his 2 Chainz on.
Yeah, I like Chainz. I don't really know. I just heard Nipsey Hussle stuff. That was pretty dope. His mixtape he probably yesterday. I was listening to it.
You paid $100 for it?
No. This is online.
You know he's selling those for $100.
I heard about that yesterday. I was kind of pissed off. I didn't think about that. I'm like, yo, I heard he sold 100 and sold 1,000. Yeah. That's 100.
Jay-Z bought 100 of them.
There's nobody I like that much to buy $100.
I mean,
pay $100 for their music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What did you think of Kendrick Lamar's King of New York verse?
I was kind of like me, like you said, the kind of new era. I was more or less disappointed that nobody from New York said anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it was, to me, my personal opinion, isn't anybody like myself or anybody else from my era, so to speak, to say anything. I think it's the people who's out now to say something.
Well, Papoose did, Joel Ortiz,
I like,
badass.
I heard Papoose be going hard.
Yeah, Papoose disrespectful. He just go.
Papoose.
I used to be his friend.
Yeah, I like Joel. I like all of them, but and I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about people with major deals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing them or nothing because they joints was hard. I was feeling them, but like my thing is like I don't really be getting like you got. To me, my personal opinion is. They scared. I like what Drake said. I heard what Drake said. Drake was like, yo, you gonna say something about me and then see me and act like you ain't say nothing about me. You know what I'm saying?
But in the record, Kendrick said it was all love. He said he don't need no harm.
Yeah, but
people were offended that they weren't mentioned, and then people were offended
they were. He said he trying to take your core fans or something. That's harm. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But isn't that the sport of what it is that as an artist, as a rapper, what you do? I am trying to be the best and take your fans.
Yeah, but
even
that
if we
means
cool.
I'm not gonna not say nothing back. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? This part of the game, but you can respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Just the same way. Same way he said something, I would have said something back. I just don't get like, yo, word, that joint was hard. Let's do a song together tomorrow. He just said my name.
I mean, you did say you were gonna smack. Y'all said y'all was gonna smack Nas's Kufi off. So yeah, you guys go a little far.
Yeah, like, but you know, that's like, that's another thing. Everybody be saying like, yo, y'all go hard, but Nas just does first. He come on the radio station and like Camp's album is whack. This down to 30. I ain't mess. I'm like,
he did that hip hop.
Yeah, he did hip hop.
Before our time though.
Yeah, and I was like. I'm a Nas fan, so basically for them to make a comment like that, I was like, tag, man, but I'm not gonna let, even though at that time in my mind Nas was like the best MC ever to walk the earth, but I'm not, that goes to show, I'm not gonna let them just diss me for no reason. Then when we go extra hard, they'll be like, oh, Camron and Wild ain't talking about some like Kufi, or everybody, yo, they taking it too far, they talking about people mothers, and no disrespect, God bless her, because I didn't know his mom passed at that time, and I was wrong for saying that. But I'm just saying, like, you diss me, I turn it up. But it isn't like I just come out the blue with any of this stuff. You like, people got to go to the reasoning before.
Right. Did any of that ever get physical though? Because like, did y'all ever run into each other in clubs or anything?
You seen? I seen a couple of his dudes. The thing that's crazy about it is that one of his homies used to hustle for me in Queens. Back in the days, I used to.
I don't think you should have said that, Ken.
It was a long time ago.
That's your limitation.
Oh, okay.
It's over. Yeah, I'm done. I've been over, but yeah, I used to have work in the bridge from one of his homies, you know what I'm saying? So I used to see his man, I'd be like, yo, it's all love. I don't have no problem with homie or whatever, but that's on him. But at that particular time, you gotta realize at that time we first got the when we was beefing with them or got the Rockefeller Dame looked out for us, it's really nobody could tell us nothing because our attitude was like we just got out a effed up deal. For us to even be having this chance, nobody's gonna mess that up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna come in between us. This is our last chance, and whoever we gotta run over to achieve what we're trying to achieve, that was our mind state at that particular time.
Where's the Rockefeller chain now? You still got it?
Nah, I don't know where it's at, to be honest.
Damn,
I probably gave it, I give jewelry away, man. I don't know where half of my jewelry is. You
probably
know
in the middle of a mall in Queens somewhere.
Yeah, but, I have on, that time I have on 10 chains and give away a Jesus piece or take chain off and give somebody this or let somebody who came out of jail get some chains or whatever. But, jewelry always been my thing. It ain't a big deal, like, to give away jewelry, but I don't know where that particular chain is at.
Charlamagne was going to buy a fake chain yesterday when he ran into you.
Oh, when I seen him?
No, I was actually leaving, but what happened was I was going to buy a fake one, and then I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and get the real one. So that's what me and Duval was doing, going to buy some.
Because the mentality is everybody going to think it's real anyway, right?
Yeah. Why you put them on blast like that?
I was going to tell everybody anyway. My whole thing was going to be like, look, I'm not the first person in hip-hop to wear a fake chain. I'm just the first to admit it.
Okay, got you.
But then he changed his mind.
Yeah, a lot of artists have admitted that they wear fake jewelry and stuff.
Mine's real, just bright ring, this 100 carats. Like we bring the diamond test out. So
why do you feel like New York hip hop fell off from a OG New York rapper perspective? Why do you think it fell off?
My thing is, I don't really like saying fell off, but the thing is this. What you got to realize is this also. Every year from Atlanta or South, you get new artists. Every year. Up here, we kind of stuck in a mindset to where we don't break new artists. In the last 5 years, you could probably count the new artists that we broke on one finger. Like, you got French, and who else we got?
ASAP.
Nicki kind of, it's been a while. She's been out for a while, but we don't really, every year it's a new dance song from down south. You got Rich Homie Quan come out with the Amigos, or you got whatever, Laffy Taffy, or this year, and we don't really break a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? So, and then we kind of start playing what they're playing, you know what I mean? I do my research and do the due diligence on a lot of stuff. We don't dictate hits in New York anymore. Right. The hits, the main places that hits are dictated from Atlanta and Toronto. So it's like we start following the programming from other places instead of dictating the music. So it just seems like, New York fell off or whatever. But it's not really a lot of opportunities for New York artists up here to get a shot.
You think the music is good, though?
That's another question. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you're into. A lot of times, like, the good thing that I'm getting the feedback on the music I just put out is like, Cam, you spitting this, you spitting that, and people listen to lyrics. To me, it's phases where certain times you want to listen to lyrics, or sometimes you just want to dance. And, there's a time where when and I'm not talking, not to bring it up or whatever, just talking about Nas, because I was arguing with a girl about how dope Nas is, you know what I'm saying? This is years ago. And I was like, Cam, I don't feel like bringing a dictionary to the club when I'm in the club. I just want to dance, have a good time, man. And I'm like, nah, you're not listening because he said this on this song, this thing. Like, I get it. I want to be drunk, have fun, and not think. So it depends on what kind of mood you in, because sometimes I'm in the club and I'm smacked and I'm bouncing and I'm like, I may sing a song that I may hate tomorrow morning, you know what I'm saying? But I'm singing it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm having a good time at that point.
Did New York give y'all flack when y'all started doing down south records? Because y'all were like one of the first with the Get Crunk music, first up north niggas to start doing down south records.
Not at all. I never got any slack from anybody in New York about doing stuff like that, because I think pretty much anything we did that was southern, it was still New York. It's like, we may have did Bout It over Master P or whatever, and we still kept it New York. We named all the New York spots or whatever. I had Master P in Harlem with us shooting a video or stuff like that, but I never got any slack like that.
All right. Well, the mixtape is in stores right now.
I got one final question, though.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 2013.
Yeah.
You're older, you're wiser. Yeah. If the serial killer was living next door to you in 4E, would you call the police now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Mixtape, Ghetto Evan, the mixtape is in stores right now. Make sure you get it. Camron, ladies and gentlemen, The Breakfast Club.
Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join The Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10. Power 105.1.
know, it's funny because celebrity couples are popping now, and you know, you was like one of the first rappers I heard about, you know, scooping up an R&B chick back in the day with Miss Mariah Carey.
He never talked about that really. He never
You had
talked,
her
but
all
I
in the
heard
hood and
He
all.
said they were
I
just
heard,
good
though,
friends.
Yeah,
I
we
heard
was
that
just
Mariah Carey said, Cam, if you get one more single, we're gonna go public with this.
What? Oh yeah, I did hear something like that.
That's what I heard.
I was a single away.
That was your inspiration for Old Boy?
I was a single away. Nah, she was always just cool, and yeah, she used to come to the hood and we ride around, and she's like, I haven't picked out my own clothes in about 10 years. Somebody does all this for me. I was like, they was like, yo, that was a good one. They like, that was a good one. But yeah, she'll sit on the crate.
Are y'all
Chill
still
Avenue.
cool even though she's married? Because I know sometimes people get married and you got to kind of cut up your friends. So
I haven't spoken to her. I don't know. Like, I'll assume we still cool, but I haven't spoken to her since she's been married. But I wish her the best.
But now you're in another relationship with Juju,
Yeah.
and people are saying that y'all might be coming out with a show. Is that something you're considering?
You definitely got to do a reality show, Cam. It's only right.
I've been offered all type of money, man. I turned everything down. Only company that I haven't sat down with is 51 Miles. They're based out of LA. Like,
Chris Albrego.
yeah, exactly. You know, like they do the T.I. show, T.I. and Tiny show.
They did Irv Gotti show.
Yeah,
They did the game too.
They do the game. They do.
La La.
Yeah, exactly. I talked to her actually the other day about it, but she was like, they're really dope. But you know, Mona called me, like, couples therapy called, like, yo, we'll give you $300,000.
Why y'all need couples therapy? I thought that's
Everybody
people
saw
that
you
have
shooting at her with
problems.
the blank guns on Instagram.
That's what I was saying. I was like, y'all don't really need therapy, but they're just more or
You'll be on
less.
there with Chingy.
They just try. I think he took the rap slide, whatever. But they basically was saying they give everybody $75,000 per season, and they was willing to go up to $300,000. I'm like, I don't really need the money. I'm fine. I'm not explaining. We don't need therapy. And then I spoke to Mona a few times too, and just basically, that ain't really something I want to do. Like with me, like y'all said, nobody sees me too much. It's kind of mystique. You go on Instagram, you might see what we doing, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to pull that curtain up yet. And if I do, they're not really talking about the money I would want to do something like that.
But you could executive produce it yourself too.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not totally crossing out 51 Minds, because, you know, speaking with some people, like I spoke to Jason Jeter, who works with T.I. I spoke to Lala, and everybody's kind of, she's like Mariah, like everybody got this like Mary Poppins mystique about her, but she's like, she kind of hood when you hang out with her. She got a slick mouth, like, she talks it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you a great example. Dame probably ain't gonna like this, but like, you know, Dame talks slick all the time, just slick talker. Like, it was a time she was like, Dame was like, yo, how'd you go in your closet to her? Like, my birthday party, like, how'd you go in your closet and pick that out? You know what I'm saying? I could never go in my closet and pick that out. She's like, you still pick out your own clothes? Like, that's played out. She's like,